Hey, beautiful human. Thanks for clicking on our conversation with CNCO. They have a brand new album out soon. It's called Déjà Vu, but they have a new single out now. Link in the description below. This album different than any other album they put out there. They're going to tell you why in a second. But first, I got to tell you to leave your honest feedback in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit like. And even if you hate us, hit subscribe. Please. Okay. CNCO's here.
Let's do this. Zach Show.
What's going on? Wow, y'all are coordinating. What's good? Happy Déjà Vu announced day, right? We've the world that we have an album on the way.
Yeah, let's go. Excited for that.
It's rather exciting. This album different than any other album you've ever put into the world. You've covered songs before, but this album is not like this, right? This is totally different.
Yeah.
You're doing a
It's
cover
great.
album.
Yeah, it's super awesome. We're super happy we get to do this concept album with songs that are so legendary. These songs, our parents used to listen to them. We used to go to school, and they would play them. So it's something crazy that we get to do these songs that are, really huge songs for the Latin community. Even Heroes was big here too. There's many songs that many people knew, and now we're bringing them back with our flow, and we're super happy how they turned out.
Take me into the curation process, like even picking these songs and putting it together. Do you have to you obviously take a giant trip down memory lane.
Exactly. The process was super, super cool, man. And I think we have so much fun. I remember we have a list of a lot of songs, and we choose the ones that we connect the most with. And I think the process of recording the song, because we knew it from way before, how you're saying, and it was super, super, super fun. So yeah, we're super excited.
What is the process like, taking a song apart and then kind of putting it back together again, but doing it as CNCO and doing it for a totally different generation?
The good thing is that we kind of knew all of them already. So we just recorded them how we would record them, nothing like how they did before. The production was completely different too. And I feel like this album also, it gives us more of a chance to show our vocal capacity. How do you say capacity? Capacity of what we can do with our vocals. So I think it's something very cool that something new that fans will hear, and they'll like it a lot, I think.
Well, I'm pretty freaking excited for it. And what have you all been up to? Because life's been weird and different, yeah?
Weird. This whole pandemic just
took us off guard.
Exactly.
Took us off guard.
Took us off guard, yeah, exactly. But it gave us time, bro. It gave us time to reconnect with us, reconnect with our family, to think about this project too, because we were hearing these songs while we were in quarantine. And then it came out to Sony, and then we had this idea, and then everything
became a whole project.
It became a whole project. But yeah, quarantine treated us good, decent. It treated us decent because sometimes we had these times, of course, that we just wanted to go out already. Tour again and just go around the world again.
And also seeing what's going on in the world, it took us off guard and took us to a different trip and made us appreciate also about life, and each other. Yeah. So we kind of connected a little bit more in this quarantine. We learned a lot of things. We learned how to cook, we learned how to paint, we learned how to clean our houses, stuff like that.
To be more patient.
But y'all were also apart for the first time ever too, right? Because you had been nonstop since you got off the TV show, for a while.
This is the first time. Basically, this is the most of the time that we were not looking at each other. We were quarantined, bro.
Best days of my life, man.
For example, Joe went to Cali with his family, and we all live here in Miami, but we were all in different places. So we stayed there for 2 months, 3 months, and that's the longest time we ever been apart without seeing each other.
That.
He was like, yo.
Did the pandemic kind of change your plans? Like, were you guys working on the covers album before? What were you working on before? How did we get to the covers album?
We had a
So this album came from quarantine time, definitely. Like we was planning to have another album before the quarantine.
Yeah.
And then this idea comes, and was like, let's work in this, because we're still like working in the other album. We wanna like make some songs like perfect, and we wanna like,
Rework some songs.
exactly. So we like start working in this one, and was perfect, man.
But we also had a tour that was actually going to start in beginning of June in the United States. So that kind of, it got ruined. But at the end of the day, we got other things. We had like a plan B, which was this album. We also were working on other stuff. So there's a lot of things that are going to be coming out soon that we've been working on.
Non-stopping.
The pause is kind of like a blessing in a sense, right? Like you get to reconnect with your family and life outside of work and music. But at the same time, you get a chance to listen to the album and soak in the album that maybe you were going to put out there. And I don't know, like for a lot of reasons, growth. Yes.
I love it.
For sure.
Yeah, that's the best thing about that happened with this. Sometimes you think that you have something so ready that when you have time to listen back to it, you're like, oh man, all right, we could do this better.
Yeah.
So that's what happened with the album that we were gonna drop. This quarantine also gave us time to like listen back, and we're like, oh damn, all right, cool. So now we have time to rework these songs and make them better, and maybe place it in a different market than we were thinking of, stuff like that. And then it gave us the idea to just create something that will make people happy in this time.
Well, that's it. Like I think Déjà Vu is very much needed right now because I think the album has the potential to connect generations and also really repackage music that is timeless and educate people, because there's a lot of people out there who haven't been in the know on these songs, but they're about to hear it in a whole new way. I think it's very, very cool. It's very cool.
And what we love about this concept is that our fans will have the opportunity to like connect maybe with their parents that they know those songs, those classic songs. Perfect. For them, for sure, like means like a lot. So I think could be a special moment between a father or mother and son. You know what I mean? So I think it's kind of cool.
Did you guys do a lot of covers when you were on the TV show, I assume, right?
Yeah.
TV show we did a lot.
Were there any that we did that are good,
What's it called? The one that I did with Yasha.
Oh yeah. There's a couple of songs. I think there's like a couple songs that we actually did covers of during the show that we were in that like we're gonna be releasing during the album. So that's something super cool. We have a song that's a Ricky Martin song, and like him being a part of our our careers from the beginning and being able to do one of his songs, I think is super special. Just like many other artists that we're going to be covering. So,
there is just such a healthy range here. The oldest song that you're going to be covering goes all the way back to 1984, and the most recent goes to 2005, Aventura. How does it start? Like, how did take us through like one of the Louis Fonsi cover? Like, how does it begin? Like, do you place lyrics? Do you strip it down and like start from nothing? Like, what is it? What's the process like?
The process was dope, man, because the thing is, the great thing about this is that most of the times, we get to listen to these songs, and let's say, New Kids on the Block, you used to listen to their songs and you used to dance and all that stuff, but you never really focused on the lyrics or, the feeling or whatever it is, so for us to record these songs, it gave us to touch into these feelings and touch into these eras, and know why people mess with these songs, and vibe with them. So and it helped us a lot, bro, in lyrically, musically as well, and just going back to these songs, we didn't really place them in order. We just went with whichever we had at first, because we were also reproducing it. We're doing new production, new things, changing a little bit of melodies and stuff like that. So it was more about which one was ready first for us to record. And then we worked on from oldest to newest and stuff like that. But man, this whole project is crazy for us. It just took us on a trip.
down memory lane, and it just made us happy, and we know that it's gonna make a lot of people happy and educate them as well on music history.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think we're in a trend period right now where there are artists who are reimagining and bringing back songs from the past. Surf Mesa with the Frankie Valli Four Seasons song, "I Love You," and then there's the other one, "You Put Your Records On" by Rick Momney or whatever his name is. People are doing it, and it's pretty cool because there's a bunch of people out there who have never experienced. I mean, any of the Hero. Isn't it crazy to think that there's there's millions of people out there that have never really heard Hero like fully, and like come on, but it's true.
Yeah, the crazy part about Hero too, is that Hero was such a legendary song because it came out straight when the Twin Towers thing happened. The whole effect of that, so it came out to that, so it became such an inspirational song for the American people as well,
But also an inspirational generational song, like for people of my generation and yours, essentially, kind of like, because you guys like oldest and youngest in the group. How old are y'all?
19 to 24.
19 to 24. Okay, so like there maybe that's like right there.
Yeah, believe me, I hear these songs, and in those moments when I was younger, these songs were like crazy all the time. Wherever I go, whatever
cleaning with the
mom, the restaurants, everywhere I go, I listen to this song.
Is there pressure when covering a song as legendary?
Yeah. Every single song, covering any of those songs, it's just like you feel like you have a kind of like this weight, like this kind of pressure, but at the same time, responsibility. We have this great team that's with us in the studio. Our vocal producer John, he helps us so much with everything. Even us, I feel like we're a lot more comfortable with how we sound, and we're like a lot more open to what we want to do. So at the end of the day, I think this project was perfect timing, and it sounds pretty good.
Actually, every time we was about to record a song, we have like we was having like
a history lesson,
like a history class of that song, like which year and what like. Why do you say that?
Like what was the meaning of the song?
Yeah, exactly. So it was really cool. Like we also like learn a lot with that.
That's the great thing about our team too. They educated on every song that we sang. So for us was also like a learning process. Because we would listen to these songs, but we never know where it came from. Who wrote it and stuff like that. So now we're actually knowing and very conscious about the historical meaning between all these songs.
Getting in those lyrics, like the meaning behind and everything.
Yeah, you better understand the torch that's kind of being passed to you in a sense. It's very cool.
Did you guys get to talk to Enrique or like Ricky Martin when you were recording it, asking him tips, advice, anything like that?
Not while we were recording, but after we recorded, we talked to Ricky. We sent him like a little thing, and he messed with it, man. And Enrique as well. Yeah. They loved it, man. For us to just recreate these songs and show it to our generation, and just have these songs back again. It just feels great. And for us, it's just an honor to just represent these songs and make them the best that they can be.
Hey, beautiful human. I gotta hit pause real quick to talk about trains. It can be a little frustrating, especially if you're running late or if you're in a hurry, to find yourself at a railway crossing waiting for a train. And if the signals are going and the train's not there yet, you may feel tempted to try and sneak across the tracks. I'm here to tell you to not ever do that. Ever. To the naked eye, trains do often appear to be further away and moving slower than they are, but they can't stop quickly. Even if the engineer hits the emergency brake right away, it could take the train over a mile to stop. Over a mile. By that time, there could be a potentially deadly crash. So the point is, you can't know how quickly a train will arrive. So if the signals are on, the train is on the way. And you just need to remember, stop. Trains can't. What do y'all learn about yourself from being away from the group for a couple months?
I missed it.
That's true though. We kind of
you get to miss the people like you're around. While you're in quarantine by yourself in the room, is like you miss everyone. After 2 days, you're there. It's like you want to do like
you get to appreciate it a little.
you get to appreciate everything like more. 100% more.
Discover anything about yourself from hanging out with family and connecting, you know, being away from work?
Yo, that I can make good eggs.
Really good.
How do you prepare your eggs? Are they sunny side? Are they scrambled?
Crazy scrambled eggs. You know,
Some crazy scrambled eggs. You know?
Toast.
That's a skill. I mean, I think that's
Man, that's
breakfast. You know, that's the first
meal of the
day.
day.
That's
big one. Yeah.
But yeah, bro, he gave us time to connect with our family, like you said. Gave us that little time to be present with them, to kind of help, maybe like just a little time cooking with my mom,
cleaning. Your mom made me clean every day, you know. So that was beautiful to me.
Yeah, those little moments I appreciate, like really appreciate. To be honest.
Movie nights.
Movie nights, game nights, Monopoly.
Yeah. Everyone bought a pet, so we're in love right now with our pets and everything.
Like all stuff that you wouldn't be able to do if you were working.
Exactly. Like a kind of normal life.
So yeah, at the end of the day, we took the positive out of the negative.
Yeah.
And we, you know, we I think we've actually grown these past months of quarantine.
I mean, honestly, if there wasn't a quarantine, we might actually be in the same room together, speaking about a different album. Totally, you know, like
you know, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Déjà Vu. It's a bunch of love songs that span decades. That really, I'm really excited. I love covers. I first started to get really deeply into music when I started really hearing covers on YouTube. I mean, 13 years ago or whatever, you know.
That's crazy.
And just the reimagination of songs, and somebody having the ability to strip something back and then just rethink what's dressed around it and how the story's delivered. I think it's really, really cool. It's like a whole different art form.
Yeah, it's a whole
yeah, it is different from creating a song from nothing, right? Which you've also obviously done.
Yeah, because you have to get in that character. Like you have to get in the character of what the
tap into their
story, to kind of breathe and read the lyric. And when you read it before you listen, because we had the melodies on the head because we heard the songs, but when you actually read it and get in the zone and get in the character, you feel what they were trying to say and what were their message.
There's lyrics that we were like, whoa, I didn't know he said this. That's crazy.
There's like so beautiful.
Yeah. And like the lyrics that they used back then, it's like crazy, so poetic.
Yeah.
Way more
the whole story.
It's awesome.
Is there a discovery that sticks out to you? A lyric that sticks out to you?
I think all of them.
Una letra específica como una línea. Es que, to be honest, since all these songs are like all the hits and all like the amazing songs that all the girls would like die over, I don't think there's like a specific like phrase that I can tell you like, wow, it's completely different, it's amazing, because all these songs are like,
I can be your hero, baby.
In the beginning of Hero, Enrique whispers, "Let me be your hero."
Yes.
Does somebody get to do that on your cover?
Oh, we actually thought of it. You know, we were in the studio. We're like, yo, who's gonna do the whisper? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna do that? But man, we also didn't want to imitate his stuff, because that's also like taking away his essence, you know. So we wanted to add ours. It's like kind of like what's it called? Adding to his legacy, you know.
Yeah.
And just making our own way, you know, and trying to give it a new life at the end of the day, you know. So because we respect everything that he did with this song, so we also didn't want to take away from his art form, you know.
Because it's beautiful. At the end of the day, you hear what he did and what artists did in every single song is amazing. It's beautiful, very unique.
The other song I wanted to ask was the one about Big Boy. I don't want to pronounce the title of the song because I'll butcher it, but that song's a little different. There's like a lot of rapping in that song, right?
Yeah. Did you hear that song before?
I recognize when I got the track list, I recognized it, so I went back and listened, and I definitely know it, and I listened to all the other songs, and it definitely stands out. It's much different than the rest of the songs you're covering.
Yeah, it is cool because I don't know if you noticed, like in the beginning, it's a bit more like mellow.
Yeah.
You really don't expect that like fast rap part come in, so it's something definitely something like different that's gonna catch a lot of people that don't know the song off guard.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's different for that song. We actually have. I say that we have choreography. We have choreography. We have choreography in that song. And Kyle Hanagami, he worked with us on that, and it turned out amazing. We actually had a couple days to do that
On
and
Zoom.
on Zoom,
Yo.
2 days.
2 days to figure it out,
Quick.
and we killed it.
It was cool. It was cool.
How'd you tackle the rapping part?
The rapping for that's
Straight
between
on.
these two,
Straight on,
and
yeah.
actually
Yo.
these three.
Yo, it was crazy because for me, it's so different, you know. Like I'm used to melody and I'll rap, but like chill, not so crazy. But like as soon as I heard Xavier kill it, and then I heard Eric kill it, so I was like, yo, I gotta step up to this level right here. And it was different for me, to tap into that fast rap, stuff like that. Since I have like a little stutter sometimes, it was hard for me, but I did my best.
When you're rapping that, is that a exact cover, or do you kind of put your own little twists on it in those verses?
He did a little twist on it.
Yeah.
It's just a tiny twist, but it's there. Like
Melodically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aventura is the only boy band that you actually ended up covering, right? So, I mean, there's a duo in there, but they're the only group. How'd you break down all these records that were originally meant for one person or two people?
We kind of listened like 100 times in the studio all over again the original songs, and we were hearing it kind of like, oh, I kind of like this part.
I identify with this.
I kind of identify with this part. Let me kind of prep it out, and we just step in the booth and try it out, and it came out good. Like each one of us trying their parts.
And also what we do too is like, let's say if somebody started the last song, somebody else gets to start this song.
Yeah.
So like we do that as well. Like let's say if somebody was on the second hook on this one, let's try to mix it up for the other one and put somebody else.
Is there strategy musically in that, or is it just fairness and equality for all?
There's a little strategy with fairness, and
But at the same time too, you kind of hear the demo and you're like, okay, that sounds like him. You should record that. But at the end of the day, we're super happy how it turns out. We always make sure we're all 100% happy with the outcome of every song. So, yeah.
Do you hear the production redone for these covers before you set the lyrics to it? So you set the pace and you set the tone right before you craft it, or?
There was one, which is the Aventura one, that we didn't have the production.
Nothing
yet. So we kind of did it like super stripped down, kind of like R&B-ish,
Oh, cool.
Very R&B soul. And then we started working on the production, but we did it like kind of how we envisioned it. We're like, all right, cool, this song is going to be a little R&B, but still like, poppy and still marketing the bachata, So we kind of tapped into that, with our imagination, and then they recorded the production. But most of them had the production before anything.
Just like a little,
just
maybe
a little sample.
the chorus and just the kick, kind of, to kind of start and
to
then
feel
we
the vibe. Yeah,
exactly.
Now, why did we want to start in 1988?
Because, like in the video, the whole story. So we wanted to connect what was with the, for example, this song, the first song that we're dropping right now, Enamorados, came out in the 1988, and one really pop moment, culture pop moment. Pop culture moment in that moment, in that era, in that year.
Also, the 1988.
The 88 was the video of New Kids on the Block. Like they were killing that moment. So we were like, all right, how can we mix this whole events in
generation,
events in culture, and the pop culture moments, in the pop culture, into this covers project, into this how do you say?
Concept.
It's
like a concept inside of a concept.
So we were like, let's try to mix and let's try to redo a scene of the video of the New Kids on the Block with this new song, and it just came out perfect, bro. It's just like we went in there, and the director, Carlos, le mandamos un saludito.
Carlos
Perez killed it. We went there, and it was the exact same set that the New Kids on the Block used, and we were like, wow. We were like, our minds were blown.
Our minds were blown.
It's cool though. It's like it's not like you didn't just say, okay, let's just throw a covers album together. You put a lot of thought into everything with this.
Yeah, it's the whole video and the whole strategy behind it is just amazing. You have to see the whole product.
And it's not just this first video. The second video, it also has like a connection into that, as well as the one after that, and then so far.
Everything is connected. And
do you now, in a way, view these songs as your songs?
Basically, in a way,
we kind of feel like that they're kind of our songs as well too. Even though we're not like the writers of these songs, the way we record it and the way we put our passion into it, kind of feels like they're our babies too.
Yeah.
But we kind of feel like we share them with these other artists. So and we're really proud of how they came out.
The fact that they gave us this honor to just like represent these songs, and redo these songs and touch to their artwork, and remake their artwork, because it's not easy. It's like you look at Picasso, you can't remake his artwork, so it's like kind of just drawing around the line that you can,
putting a new life to
it, and just rebuilding it, just giving a new life to our generation at the end of the day.
What's happening now?
Yeah, we want to implement it. We want to implement it to our people, to our fans, and also to their parents and everybody else. So forth.
It's exciting. Déjà Vu. The name is perfect too. It is so good.
Yeah.
Really well crafted.
Right.
The whole song.
You like it? I'm choking on water. Sorry.
What are you thinking, Daniel?
Well, I was just looking at the cover, and Richard, your abs are insane up there. Right now.
Quarantine. That's the quarantine right there.
Quarantine. We couldn't go to the grocery store for like 10 days.
Just left on my couch. You know what I'm saying? Like it was dumbbells. It was just all that.
It's good to know that Dan's a fan of the abs.
Well, they're right front and center. You can't miss them.
Are you motivational?
And motivational, inspiring.
Heck yeah, that's why. We want all these other guys to look at Richard's abs and be like, we want those abs.
I appreciate your time today, guys. And it really,
Thank you, man.
not seeing you in person is weird. It is.
Right? It is
weird. But we have to go again over there, man, to your set and vibe again.
Yo, and even like 10 feet apart, but we still in the same room.
6 feet.
You know, in the corner, but we still talking.
We are blessed with a rather large studio, and it's bigger than it looks on camera. So you're right. We can do something like that, and hopefully we'll get back to some sort of normalcy by spring, summer 2021.
hopefully.
But maybe not touring until 2022, which is a crazy thought. Maybe. I mean,
wow. It is crazy.
That's crazy. Hopefully everything gets cleared up and a lot better.
Yeah, we hope to start touring soon, to be honest. Like, we cannot wait.
Or at least go to different countries.
At least to go to different countries.
But at least try to visit some of our fans, So
again, like see them. And
if everything gets better.
Yeah.
With positive thoughts, social distancing, and mask wearing by all, it will.
And masks.
Yep. That's right.
Masks are cool, right, everybody?
Masks are dope. If you wear masks, you're freaking cool as heck.
Dude.
Hot, sexy, all of that.
Well, I made it very clear to people, like, if you want to be sexy, you had to vote. Now, if you want to be sexy, like a mask, vital.
Decorate your mask now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before you go out the streets.
Dude, wear protection in all forms. Come
Yes.
on. Right, Dan, can I get an amen?
Amen. Amen. Always wear protection.
Déjà Vu. I mean, hey, I think that's an important PSA. This is an album of love songs. So, in songs that, like, dude, I mean, there has to be baby making music on this record in some fashion, somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Aventura Solo por un Beso, bro. That's
definitely one of them.
We're gonna put like
I remember back in my days. Yeah, man. There's a lot of great, beautiful, melancholic songs and also upbeat songs with the love lyrics.
Yeah. It's a good mix of beautiful lyrics and good rhythm.
Well, maybe that's what I'm looking for. Like, if I'm looking to, make some, like hook up in a sweet, passionate way, and I need a playlist, and
Déjà Vu.
Put it up, bro.
Like, at the bottom, Déjà Vu.
Oh, it went.
You just tell me, yo, shorty, you want to go on a trip? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Okay. You know, I'm not hooking up until spring, summer 2022. You know, until it's safe. So I'll report back then. Deja Vu is the album, but you're going to be releasing songs, right? Like it's going to be a trickled out thing.
Yes, we're gonna drop our first song, our first single of the album tonight at midnight, and then you can pre-order and you can see the whole name of everything, and then after that we're gonna drop.
You'll see the song come out, you know.
Great.
We cannot say everything, but we're gonna be dropping some songs around there. You gotta be prepared.
Yeah, I'm hungry, so feed me. And your fans are definitely hungry too, which, by the way, they're a great group of people. We've been coming on the show for quite some time, and we've gotten to know your fans through the comment section and tweets and stuff. They're really special, and they're really passionate, and they love what you guys do. So,
they're always there. We love it.
Dan, what final thoughts? Where are you at?
The one other question I had was, Chris, that was you with the as the woman in the music video, right?
Yes.
You looked beautiful. You looked beautiful.
That was Beso, our last single. Well, in that single, we were trying to bring something new to our fans, like something.
It was in quarantine.
It was in quarantine too, and we were thinking about what can we give them that we haven't, you know. And we were like brainstorming. It was in the same building, but in another room. And we were brainstorming, and we were like, then I don't remember who came up with the idea of doing this TV kind of thing, and change channels, and then each one of us is one actor and doing something. And we were like, oh, that's a good start, you know. And then we started briefing like, oh, I want to be an anchor. Oh, I want to be the driver of insurance car sales, blah blah blah. And everything came apart, and when he said
everything came together.
Everything came together. I'm so sorry, my head is not. And then I remember Eric started saying that he wanted to be on a telenovela, and we were like, "Yo, that's amazing! That's a really good idea." And I don't know how the idea came of me putting as.
We were like, we need Eric to have a girl.
Yeah,
and then
2 girls. Because we were
2 girls.
We had the model and myself. So supposedly the model was his wife, and myself was the cleaning lady who he cheated on.
Duh.
Exactly. Who he cheated on
with. So I mean, I in that moment I liked the idea.
He was like me.
But when I dressed up, bro, I was like, wow, how this is so hard.
I was
this
like,
is so hard.
I saw him walking. And I was like, yo, who's this? And it turns around like, oh, shoot, Christina.
I don't know how girls can walk with the heels, bro. It's insane. Like, in my respect.
Feel any confidence? Did you feel prettier, sexier?
I feel amazing.
You felt sexy, huh?
Okay. It did really feel weird, but we didn't have too much people on the set because of the politics and the time. Got like little crew, but it was fun, bro. Like I got into the character, and we did it. Like we could not see each other's eye because there's a scene that he grabs me and go like this, you know, and we were like looking at each other, and we cannot stop like laughing in that scene. But we got it pretty good. And it was fun, you know. We got to do that, and the fans love it. So
it was all thanks to Daniel Duran, man. He executed our idea super fire, man.
True.
Everything was for the fans, and they loved it, bro. So
if I wore that, I would have felt sexy. Who wouldn't? Come on now.
Y'all put out real art here, and it's,
and the only thing is, I would have had a beard. I would have been a woman with a beard.
Hey, we don't judge around these parts. No? By the way, you guys put out real thoughtful art that is very multifaceted. It's more than just music. It's superb. Even down to the clothes you're wearing right now. Very coordinated.
Thank you, Bubba. Thank you so much. You know.
Very cool. I really appreciate y'all taking the time today. Deja Vu is the album. Final thought, Daniel. Do you have one?
I think we got it all.
Are you lying?
No, I would ask if I had something.
Okay, good. Hey, I appreciate you guys very much. CNCO.
Thank you, man.
Hey.
Thank you.
Sending
Thank
love.
you for your time again, bro, and I hope you like the album when it comes out.
I'm
Hope you guys like it.
Soon, boy. Yeah.
I'm hella jazzed to listen, and yeah, please. Hopefully next year we'll be in the same room again, and have a safe holiday. And
Is that a cat?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Richard's cat.
Richard's new pet.
Oh,
Look at that little baby.
Look how cute he is.
oh my
And
gosh!
His name is Pluto because his nose looks like Pluto.
Hi.
Oh my god.
There you go. That's for all the CNCO.
He's so
Mwah.
cute. Alrighty.
Well, thanks for sharing that. That just made my day.
Hey.
Hey, I appreciate y'all, and hopefully I'll see you next year. And have a safe holiday and a happy holiday with your families.
Hey, brother.
Likewise, you guys take care. Love you
Thanks,
so
you.
much.
Love you, brother.
Hey guys.
Bye.
Hopefully.
Yeah, peace. Hey, beautiful human. Thanks for watching our full interview, but I get it. Like, a full interview is a lot. So we got a clips channel. We don't expect you to watch the full thing anymore, so we just gave you the highlights. Please subscribe and notifications and all that stuff. Okay, cool. I love you.